it's interesting because, and I know you go through the same thing every year. Like every year, we're always in a constant state of reinvention, and we'll talk about your various reinventions. But there's always that crowd that is going to hate you for that reinvention, and so every year somebody starts some groundswell of hate against me, and I have to once again figure out psychologically how I'm going to deal with it. Like maybe it was like 7 or 8 months ago, like in January, there was so much hate on Twitter against me on a Saturday night at 1 in the morning. And you and I have had this discussion 1,000 times since 2011.
Uh,
And but there I am, 1 a.m. on a Saturday night. My girlfriend's asleep in the other room, and I'm literally tweeting, "I can't handle this. If someone really has a problem, call me right now." And I tweeted my phone number, and people from Australia were calling me, Canada, LA, and was talking to nobodies till 6 in the morning. And the only thing they would really say was, "Whoa, I can't believe you answered the phone." Yeah, no, I didn't mean it that way. Sorry. Yeah, it's cool that you answered the phone, by the
the
way. And
madness of the crowd, man. In a crowd, people act totally different than they do as individuals. Yeah,
yeah, but I was stupid for even like I should have just been sleeping. So I w-
100%.
and you tell me that every time, but it's still hard. It's still hard when a million people hate you.
Yeah, I mean, I
And I'm
get it,
exaggerating,
man.
it's not a million, but
No,
it
I get
feels
it.
like it.
It is. It is hard. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I have some superpower that like insulates me from that. But like, I'll tell you, man. There's a great book out about this now. So the three great, and this is gonna answer the question. The three great titans of 20th century sort of psychological thought. Actually, there were four. The four great titans of 20th century psychological thought were William James, um, Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and then there's this other guy that everyone forgets about, named Alfred Adler,
I was gonna
right?
say Alfred Adler. I love Alfred Adler. I love
It
everything he writes.
Adler's stuff can be a little difficult to really apply because, he wrote in the sort of mid-19th century, sort of way that academics wrote. But there's a book called The Courage to be Disliked by two Japanese guys, actually, that just got translated into English.
The courage to
The
be
Courage to be Disliked.
hmm.
And it
Oh, I have seen this.
It's a fantastic book.
It's funny, I've downloaded it, but I have not read it yet.
You should read that. I think it would really, really help you. Um, the basic point of Adler's sort of idea is that other people's opinions of you are their problem, not yours, and he
Which
kind of
which
walks you
intellectually
through.
I believe in, but when you see people, and I'm sure I've seen people I've given jobs to, I've seen people I made money for trashing me suddenly, like, "Oh, James is totally."
So, but that's there. So here's the thing. So, like, think about this. Think about the psychological cost of that. If let's say I'm that, like, I'm person X, and I used to work for you, and you did all this stuff for me. Right now, I kind of got big a little bit on my own. Like, you and I know who I'm talking about. I've dealt with people like that in my life, right?
Yeah,
Several.
yeah.
And then once they get big on their own, then they're like, okay, now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go crap on the guy who helped me here. That's super common. Not everyone does that, but that's super common. And so there's two ways to react to that, right? There you can internalize that and you can make that about you, or you can realize, you know what? That's their decision, and now, okay, I'm not going to deal with them anymore. Now I know who they are as a person. And that's fine. I'm just going to not interact with them in my life, but they're going to have to bear the psychological cost of that, not me. They made the decision to essentially be an awful person.
And I guess they're
Okay.
trying to outsource that stress that they have to you.
Yes, exactly, right? And so they have to live with that. You can make yourself live with it, but you don't have to. Right? And it's not that it doesn't hurt. Okay, yeah, it hurts. Like I thought I knew someone, I trusted them. I gave part of myself to them and they rewarded me with treachery. That sucks and that's not fun. But you can deal with that in that moment, and then you can just move forward with your life and realize, okay, like I need to, maybe learn what I need to learn from that. But I'm gonna move on, and I'm only gonna have people in my life who give to me in the way I give to them. And yeah, but there is a cost to pay for that, man. Like you cannot. It takes courage to sit there and understand. You know what? Not everyone's gonna like me, and especially when you do something. And even aside from the identity social justice warrior mobs now, like let's go back 8 years, that didn't really exist. At least not it existed against me, but only at the fringes, right? Um, Regardless of the social times, whenever you do something at all, some people will hate you for it. It's called tall poppy syndrome in Australia.
What's it
The
called?
tall poppy syndrome, the
Mm,
idea is in a field of poppies, the tall one gets cut down,
mm.
right? And so the reason they're going to hate you is because your growth, when someone sees you grow and do something, anything, even on a really small scale, get a promotion at Subway, for God's sake. I mean, I'm not talking about being a master of the universe, although it
Right.
extends to that. I'm talking about go from a line worker to assistant manager at Subway. The other line workers will hate you, or they have one option. They need to root for you. They need to say, you know what, that's a good person. They worked hard. They deserve it, right? They can see it as something you did, or the other way, depending on the type of person they are and how they emotionally orient to the world, they have to hate you because your success to them reflects on their lack of success. And so now they have to face the fact that they didn't work as hard as they could have. Assuming, let's say, they want the promotion, right? They didn't work as hard as they could have. They didn't do the things necessary to get promoted. And so, like, does that I mean, call it anger, they can either turn that inward and see, you know what, I haven't, and they can take responsibility for their actions and then change their actions to then get promoted. Or what a lot of people do, I don't want to say most, but a lot of people is they can externalize it. And then now they can come up with a story. Well, James buttered up the manager and he's taking credit for my work, and they can make you evil, right? That's what people have to go one way or the other.
Hey, thanks for listening to the James Altucher Show on YouTube today. I have more great episodes for you every single week. So don't forget to click my face right now and subscribe to the show. More episodes are here. More episodes are coming. Thanks so much for watching.